All right, welcome back to the Wet Shavers Roundtable number 3. How's it going, all you wet shaving enthusiasts and mothers? That's right, I said mothers, because my mom is possibly watching right now, and I also want to wish her a very happy birthday. It is coming up very soon, so happy birthday, Mom. Hope you're having a blessed weekend. So today for this show, we've got our very own special and very generous Marty Pape.
Good evening, everybody.
And we also have the very truthful and always honest, so sharp, David.
How's it going, everybody? Happy early birthday, Mama Corner.
All right, thank you. Then we have our man on the street, the captain, Douglas Smythe. And he's walking.
He's taking a tour of the city right as we're supposed to be on the round table.
Is that a board?
Nice.
We also have our beloved Australian, Con Kazazidis. How are you doing, sir?
Hey, folks, how you going?
Good to have you. And we also today for the show have brought out the big guns. Actually, what I mean by that is we have brought out the tank, the shave tank. Welcome, Thomas. How are you doing?
How's it going, everybody? Glad to be on the show.
There he is. Welcome, Tom.
Yeah,
Welcome.
So, if you guys are not aware, we have 3 continents represented today on our show. So, yeah, let me really quick give you guys some quick updates in regards to this podcast, because I think there's been a little confusion. The first thing I wanted to explain was I made the live event, and it seems like there was a G+ glitch, and for some reason on YouTube it was saying the wrong time. And just so you guys know, every Saturday for 1 hour we will be doing the show, and that will be 7 Eastern Standard Time. So wherever you're located in the world, just figure out your time zone via that time zone, and that will be when we're on. So no matter what it says on G+, just know it's going to be on at 7 Eastern Standard Time. Also,
That's 7 p.m.
Yeah, 7 p.m. And also, just so you guys know, I think there's also been some confusion when we send out this live event. I think a lot of people think I'm inviting them to be on the show. If you are going to be invited,
we won't mention any names.
Yeah, if you are going to be invited on the show, we will make it very clear to you that we want you as a guest. We will reach out to you and invite you to be on.
And say, Guten Tag.
Yeah. And also,
Wie heißt du?
And also, if you guys would, please tweet us your questions at WS Roundtable so we can answer your questions in regards to wet shaving and whatever you may want to ask us. Or you can ask us the questions on G+. There should be, again, something on the, if you're watching it on YouTube, that says click to be a part of the conversation, and we will answer those questions live on air. So I thought real quick we would ask our special guest, Thomas, a few questions. First off, Thomas, again, thank you so much for being here. We really appreciate it.
My pleasure.
Tell us again, what time is it where you're at?
Yeah, it's a little bit past 1 a.m., so if you're watching in Europe, it's 1 hour past very late.
So Thomas is the man. He's a super trooper, I guess, today. So we really appreciate it. But Thomas, I don't know if a lot of people, I know people follow you on YouTube. He's another YouTuber, and he does a lot of awesome videos. He did one where he talked about blooming, which we talked about in the last episode, which was a really great YouTube video. My question is, when did you get started in traditional wet shaving? What is it that got you into this?
That's actually very fun because I never liked shaving very much. Because first, I think you already talked about this in one episode. I had this electric shaver, and every time I shaved with it, it was like I was red like a tomato. was really awesome. And then I got, of course, one of those Gillette multi-blade cartridge things. And I turned from red to having this tiny red spots all over. So people thought I had freckles. That was also not very nice.
Wow.
And then I was actually on a holiday, and in this holiday I forgot all my shaving gear because I hated it with a fiery passion. And to get rid of the beard, I went into a barber shop and really was excited about the whole experience. And yeah, then I did some reading, watched some YouTube videos, and that was what got me going. And I'm a soap addict since then.
That's how it always starts.
Wow. So another question I have for you is, you're in Austria, correct?
Yes, Austria is not Australia, it's where the kangaroos go ski.
Well, you know, we've got all these artisans here, and I know you've tried out PAA and you've tried some other stuff. What are some artisans that you have where you're at?
It's actually locally in Austria. There is Haslinger, which is, I think, pretty much very well in the US also. I think you can get it on Italian Power and stuff like that. Then I'm, of course, very close to Italy and very close to Saponificio Varesino.
Oh, nice.
So,
That is nice.
and they are one of my favorites. And then, of course, there is very near in Germany, there is Kalani and Meissner Tremonia and Klar and all that stuff.
I have a question. Is the Saponificio Veracino and Hosinger, are those considered artisans, or are those mass produced like in a factory, or are those actual artisan soap makers?
Haslinger is a very small factory, you could say. They have a lot. Yeah, they have like I would say, I've been there, so I think 20, 30 workers, something like that. But most of the stuff they do is actually handmade. The whole pouring stuff together and mixing stuff is made by hand mostly, and then only the filling of the soap into the puck things to form them, that's done with the machine. So that's that. And Saponificio Varesino are pretty much artisans. And they actually have a real perfume maker who does the whole fragrance thing and everything, so that's very nicely done. And folded into these packages.
That's good to know. I never knew that. I actually thought they were kind of like a big company like Tabac or one of those companies. That's really cool to know that they're actually like mom and pop operations.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're really nice. And Kalani, which Marty just got, is actually a real mom. So she's doing everything in the back of her home. So
That's cool.
Cool. Well, Thomas, this is now the part of our show where we talk about and highlight some products that we are using or excited about. Do you have a few items you'd like to mention or talk about, let our audience know what those are?
yeah, I was actually pretty surprised with a few items I got from the US lately. So big shout out to Don the Navy Goat, who sent me this Razor Rock Stealth Slant stainless razor.
Nice.
And I think it's a old thing for you guys, but I never got to get one. And I shaved with it the last few days, and I'm really impressed with this. I hope he brings out the production version of this very soon, because it's really nice and heavy. And I never liked slant razors. I hated my Merkur slant with a fiery passion because it gave me the red spots again. But this one works awesome. So that's really nice.
Yeah, what do you think of the angle on that? It's almost like you have to have it parallel with your face almost. You notice that?
Yeah, exactly. So it's really nice. So easy to set up and easy to find the angle. So
yeah,
that's really nice.
It's like idiot proof. It's a wonderful razor. I love my stuff.
Easy a DE razor to use as any I've used so far, man. It's great. I have two of them. I have a stainless and the aluminum, and then it's really easy to use.
Yeah, that's awesome. And something I'm rediscovering at the moment is Myrsol,
Oh, nice.
which I really love. It's
Plastic.
Yeah, plastic is my favorite. it's not really a smell that stays with you for a long time. So I think after 30 minutes, the scent is gone. But the skin properties of this whole thing are absolutely awesome. I really love it.
I agree.
And of course, my favorite scent at the moment, and no, Douglas did not bribe me for this, is Malbolge.
Nice.
I just love this.
You have excellent taste, sir.
Yeah, Fran made that.
Yeah, she did. That's hers. That's her scent. So she bribed him.
Wow, that's funny. So, David,
Yes, sir.
what products are you using this week or want to highlight?
This week I actually borrowed a razor from my buddy Justin Park over at ShaveRevolution.com. He actually let me borrow his above the tie S2 slant, which is the open comb slant. And I just had my first go around with it yesterday. And it's a very smooth razor. I really like it. It has some great heft to it. Something I appreciate is the craftsmanship in it. So I'm going to use that razor every day this week to really get a good feel for it and pretty much decide whether if I'm going to get one or not. So I'm actually really lucky that Justin's so local that I'm able to do that.
Wow. Also, do you want to highlight your new soap that just came out?
Yes, I actually didn't want to just throw in a shameless plug there, but since you went ahead and gave me the good light on it, yeah, it's available on SoSharpLimited.com. It's called Santalum Pumice. A lot of people are struggling saying the name, but we are sold out currently. I already have another shipment ready to come from Douglas on Monday when he comes back from his random trip through the hills of Arizona over there. Really
I'm on Route 66, baby.
I'm just generally really proud of the scent. The scent came out exactly how I wanted it to. Douglas did an amazing job. It's a collaboration with Phoenix Artisan Accoutrements. The soap performs exactly as you would expect, and the aftershave is just it's just a very unique sandalwood that anybody that, even for people that don't enjoy sandalwood just by itself, it's unique enough and different enough to really just bring a lot of people to that type of soap.
Nice. Marty, what do you got this week?
I actually just came from the post office before we got into the green room deal, and I'll try to make this quick. I got in 5 things of Kalani, so I'll be using those this week. I also got this is all ordered from the Gentleman's Groom Room. I got 2 different versions of their soap, the Mountain Dew and the Highland Bothy. So I'll be trying those out, and then a super special soap from Van Yule. Monica did a competition of like, hey, give us 5 cents, I'll pick the winner type deal, and mine was my scent of peach cobbler cooked on a campfire, as I did as a Boy Scout, was picked, and so I got this today. So it's made it to look like peach cobbler. It's in a cast iron container, and it's about 6.5 ounces of soap, and it's titled Troop 99, and after my Boy Scout troop. And so I'm just really impressed. It's actually going on sale right now as we speak. She's supposed to be posting it. And so I'm just really excited to try it because it kind of brings back some memories of camping as a boy. And, you know, that was when our troop made was peach cobbler all the time for everybody. So a little specialness.
Right on, man.
That's kind of actually thematic, Marty. Could you hold up the Troop 99 thing one more time? The lid? Okay, now flip that over. Flip it upside down. Route 66,
There
baby.
you go.
That's where I'm at.
There you go. I was trying to figure out where you're going with that.
Okay. So
Sorry,
Douglas,
I did a lot of drugs in the 90s. And, it's residual.
Just in the 90s? Come on now.
so Douglas, do you have any products? I don't know if you have any on you.
On me? I wish I did.
Is there anything?
He's in his pocket at all time. He's lying. He has them with him.
I know. I think I might actually, because I was taking pictures earlier. Well, what I do have is something that I think will come in very handy.
Nice.
Nice.
Yeah, I'm learning my Navajo. Let's see. Do I have anything in my pockets that I shaved with or used in a shave today?
Pocket knife?
No. Oh, I do have my. Well, we do have. At my hip, I got my knife.
Nice.
So this I do not shave with, but I do carry it on me when I'm traveling. But no, I'll tell you what I used though while I was traveling or while I've been on the road. I've been visiting different canyons, rock art, cliff dwellings, and whatnot. Just left Canyon du Chelly, and now we're doing a quick stop in Winslow, Arizona. And what I've been using is tobacco. And it's not like a travel size tobacco. I have the whole ceramic jar in a Ziploc bag that I've been traveling with. Just because it's brainless. Anyone can lather tobacco. It's really quick. It's easy. It smells great. And it's just a wonderful soap. So I got the tobacco with me. I have a synth brush. I'm not going to say who's that by or where it's coming from because it's not out yet. And what else did I use? Just using a loom. I'm keeping it really simple and a pre-shaved jelly. That's it, folks. That's all I've been doing the last couple of days on the road. And yeah, just really quick shaves. I've been doing tours, 8 o'clock in the morning type tours. So quick shaves and out the door. So I have no tips, no tricks, no advice, and anything. It's been straight and simple.
Nice, really good. Con, anything you want to highlight?
Yes, I want to highlight the above the tie S1 and S2. This particular plate is the S1. It is absolutely fantastic. If you haven't tried the ATT products, you really owe it to yourself to try these wonderful instruments. They are quality. They shave very well. I know there was a thread recently on the forums on the mildness of the S1 and S2. That may be the case. They are on the milder side of the spectrum, but quality and smoothness cannot be beat with the above the tie products. I'm also giving the Fat a run.
Nice.
Yeah.
How's that treating you? Are you having trouble with it, Con, or is it?
Not at all. Not at all. No, I'm not having trouble with it at all. And I we hear of the controversy with the Fat. You've got to give it a little bit more love, I guess, but it will reward you. It will reward you. Just load it, keep loading it, and it will reward. And one of the best, and this is a huge statement, one of the best post-shave feels you're likely to get ever, I believe. I mean, it's just jam-packed with goodness, and it is a very, very, very good product and a solid performer. And I've been using it now for 3 or 4. In fact, I did a post, another shameless plug. It features in the next post-shave episode. We talk about it, and we talk about this Kent brush. Those two are a match made in heaven.
Wow.
This thing has no trouble. Yeah, the Kent VS70, the Visage. Give it a go if you're into boar and bristle brushes.
Nice.
How big is that knot? That looks really, really big.
Yeah, it's I believe it's about a 30 mil, just under. It's quite huge.
Yeah, what's the loft on that?
The loft is about half a kilometer.
I'm an American. I don't understand what you're talking about.
Yeah. Well, it's about a quarter of a mile.
Oh, okay. I'm still an American. I have no idea what you're talking about.
Yeah, I know.
Hey, can somebody tell Douglas to stand still?
Yeah, we are getting some wind noise. I know as you're moving around or something.
Sit your butt down, Douglas. Jesus.
I'm trying to find a place to do that. There's no place to sit.
Sit Indian style on the floor under a tree.
It's Native American style, buddy.
Well, this week a couple things. I need to do some shout outs. One to a very generous Marty Pape who sent me a whole bunch of samples, and I won't go through all of them. That's just too many to name, but I want to thank you live on air, Marty, for your generosity.
You're
Very
welcome.
nice. And then I also, and this is going to be a little weird, but I'm actually really enjoying this stuff. It is shaving related, but I've never used stuff like this. It's super high end. Mr. Daryl Owens it's called Your Best Face, which I'll be doing a review on this at some point. He sent me a whole lot of product, and this is an antioxidant infused oil, and I've been using this stuff all week long, and this one's coffee blossom, and yeah, it's just been making my skin feel awesome. It's different, so I don't know how else to say it. He also sent me Costa Rica dogwood coffee, Costa Rica La Lia Santa Rosa red honey. And this stuff is awesome from Minneapolis, Minnesota. And he also sent me this cool mug, so that's what I'm drinking out of today. Pretty good.
Cheating on me.
Yeah, I know. I'm sorry. But now this is the part, guys, where we get to your questions. If you have any questions, tweet to us at WS Roundtable. We did have one real quick. Someone asked, is it better to watch on YouTube or on G+? I actually don't know. I would just have to say whichever.
YMMV.
Yeah, whichever you prefer. Your mileage may vary. If it's easier for you to watch on YouTube and tweet to us, go for it. If it's better to be on G+, either one's fine. You're going to be getting the same show. So there you go. So, Con, what do we got over there in the Twitter world?
Okay, well, the Twitter world has actually on fire at the moment. We've got so many tweets coming through. Where do we begin? I've just got to say that Pastor has jumped on, and he wants to know who the Shave Tank's favourite YouTuber is. By the way, he loves the Shave Tank videos.
Nice.
This guy will do anything. You know, this guy will do anything for a bloke.
So, Shave Tank, you want to take that one?
Yeah, actually, I don't have a favorite. I have subscribed to a lot of YouTubers. Actually, one of the first YouTubers I got into when I was checking out YouTube was Buster, and I thought this guy is totally nuts. So I really like him because I'm nuts too.
Don't say that, please.
Don't
Please
encourage
don't
him.
say that. Don't encourage him.
That one. Buster's gonna have such a big head after that. Gee.
And yeah, that was really great. And yeah, all the guys on here, I watch all your videos, so I really like everyone. And yeah, who else do I watch? Chris Bailey, G.I. James. So all the guys. Ray Pope, because I see his questions here.
Yeah.
Big shout out to him.
Hey, Ray!
And of course, big shout out to Pastor because I saw his tweet. He said, "I'm a better guest than Chris Bailey." Thanks a lot.
Oh, poor Chris.
Well, first it was.
Speaking of Chris Bailey, we've got Thomas the Tank, the Shave Tank. Could you please do a shave of the day in an Arnold voice? This is a request from.
He already does by default.
I will try. I will make a shave of the day, and I will talk through the whole shave with my Arnold voice. I will.
We have a question here on G+, and it's a pretty good question. If you load a fresh blade and on the first swipe it tugs bad, real bad, should I just ditch the blade?
Yes. It's a bum blade.
Yeah.
It's a dud. Get rid of it. Blades are cheap anyways, man. Don't sacrifice don't get a bad shave just to save a couple cents.
Yeah, because that makes no sense.
Can I just say there was a gentleman that put up a post the other day, said, "Oh, I can get 11 shaves out of this blade."
Yeah.
That's brilliant. That's fantastic. For me, and again, for me, it's 3 and it's out. You know, maybe I can get 5 or 6, but I just don't want to risk it.
Yeah.
You know, life's too short to have really bad shaves. And
Agreed.
And as people that love the hobby, I think we should just change them out. Change the blade. You know, I know that there are people out there that want to get as much mileage as they can out of a razor blade, and that's fine. That's admirable in and of itself. But really, why? Why do it? Why do it to yourself? You know, 3 and out. That's it.
Actually, on that topic, there is a record holder in a German forum, and he says from a feather blade he can get 33 shaves.
Now that's funny, because on the G+ forums, there's a guy named David. I think it's Griffith.
Mm.
He has
David Griffin.
Yeah, he does an SE SmackDown, and last year, like once a year, I think last year he got 30 shaves, and then this year I think he was going for 45. But he palm strops, and then he'll belt strop it after like 8 shaves, just to see how long he can stretch it for fun. You know, I think it's interesting. I tried it. I stopped at 8. I stropped it, and I had a bad shave, and I said, I'm just done. I care about my shaves too much to.
Yeah, you know, for the sake of the zombie apocalypse, I'm glad people are doing their homework on this. But yeah, as for an everyday shave, it really makes no sense to use it any more than 3 shaves, honestly.
Wow.
I mean, because for the price of the cartridge razors you were using before, I mean, really, is a few cents really gonna? I mean, you know, that again, that's just me. People can do what they want to do, but yeah, that's one exercise I don't understand sometimes.
Yeah, I just do.
I do flip them though. Don't get me wrong, I'm a flipper. After like the second shave, I flip the blade over and try to get 2 more out of it. But
Con doesn't believe in flipping. We've already heard that on one of his episodes.
Hey, whatever. If stropping works, flipping works.
We gotta duke it out now. No, I just do 3 and I'm done. 3 shaves and then I toss it. There's too many blades I need to try anyway, and
I know. It's like the people with their soap that are trying to conserve their soap. Like, I did 3 spins with this.
Yeah.
And look at all the lather.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, but you have 80 soaps. What are you trying to do? You know. But again, for the sake of the coming zombie apocalypse, thank you. I know I can get 3 years worth of shaves out of tobacco with just 2 little spins on the top of the soap. So, thanks for that. I'm sorry to cut you off. Go on.
No, you're good. Con, what else we got in the Twitter world?
Well, we've got a quick message from Redbeard. He wants to know if Douglas has purchased that breakfast cereal that he wanted, the one with the marshmallows.
It's called Lucky Charms. You got a red beard. Top cabinets to the left. Why am I telling him this?
And also Bailey says he will only appear on this show if we caught him.
Hey, we're not asking him for the food. Either he has to come out or not. We don't need him.
Yeah. Oh, gosh. Well, we've got another. This is actually a really, really good question by a Justin Corliss. And if I forgot to mention that last question was by, let me see here. That was by David Millette. Again, thank you, David, for your question. If you got more, please send them our way. Justin Corliss asks, Douglas, how did the Crown King line idea come about, and when can we expect the release of the first soap?
That comes about like most things do with me by accident. I woke up one day and accidentally started a new shaving soap company. I swear, that's it. There's nothing more complex than just that. I was originally just starting a brush company. I was going to call it Crown King as a tribute to a small ghost town up here in Arizona, or over here in Arizona, rather. And then I figured, well, maybe I'll sell a couple like soaps too, based on some classic scents, just to draw some interest to the brushes, maybe to the site. And then I'll do a pre-shave jelly too, and maybe I'll do an aftershave. So it just kind of all fell in line, but it's completely different formula than Phoenix Artisan Accoutrements. I'm not going to call it 3.0, even though Anthony thinks it's 3.5. But I'm not going to call it 3.0 because that just tends to confuse people. Whenever I use numbers, they automatically assume, and rightly so, that it's an upgrade. But it's not. It's just another formula, much like Tiki or Katie's. They have other formulas to choose from. That's what this is. And it's just under this other brand name. But it's a subdivision. I mean, Crown King is Phoenix, but it's just something, I want to keep it separate. Separate artwork, consistent artwork, maybe just 4 or 5 different soaps, 1 or 2 aftershaves, I don't know. But mostly it's going to be a brush line. And that should be out, let's see, it's July now. Maybe the end of this month, maybe beginning of August. I got a lot going on. But soon, I'm really excited about it. And I'm excited about it, everyone being excited about it as well. So thanks for asking. Thank you, Justin.
Yeah, really good question. Thank you, Justin. Anything on Twitter over there?
Yes. Remember, you can send us a tweet at WS Roundtable. That's at WS Roundtable. We have one here from Mr. Mark Benson. He says that he enjoys the original Old Spice lime. And can this be recreated by adding a few drops of lime essential oil to Old Spice? No.
It's a whole different Old Spice now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was a simple answer, I guess. Hell no.
Well,
No, I think Old Spice has its own essential oils, and if you add lime to it, I guess you then turn it into something. Well, who knows?
Yeah.
you could try it. I say try it. I mean, Old Spice cheap enough that you could just experiment with it. You might nail it. But every lime oil out there is a little different than the other ones. So I mean, they all have their own. To me, anyways, seem to be different in some way, shape, or form. But I wouldn't add more than just a few drops to a bottle of. I don't know if it's 4 ounces in a bottle of Old Spice. The little porcelain. Oh, they're plastic now, right?
Yeah, they're not even glass.
Yeah, I would try probably experiment on your way up, like 10 drops of lime essential oil, 15. Take note, shake it up, try it. Is it close? You nailed it. Or whatever. But experiment with it. Why not? It's a cheap experiment. I encourage that. How's that?
Yeah, good. Good. Con, anything else on Twitter going on?
Yes. Aaron from Grand Rapids says, "What is the largest number of products, pre-shave, soaps, post-shaves, etc., that you have ever used in a single shave?"
That's a great question. That's a great question.
Anybody want to take this?
I think Thomas should take that. I think he's the one.
Okay, let me see. We'll count in the glycerin soap to shave it. Then the pre-shave cream, soap, shaving soap. Then we have aftershave, balm, and Nivea Cream 6.
See, I knew that was going to be good. Who's next? Does anyone beat Thomas among us?
I doubt it. The only thing I've done lately was I used 2 aftershaves in one. I combined 2 different aftershaves and tried together, so that would increase my total. But just to try it out, to experiment that day.
Sure.
Yeah. No, I don't think I've used pre-shave soap before the shave and washed it off. Then a pre-shave oil, and then a soap. Yeah, I think just 4 or 5. I don't think I've ever went crazy with products like that.
Yeah, I'm trying to think what I've done. I've done pre-shave soap, pre-shave jelly, shave soap. Let's see. Maybe witch hazel splash, a cold water splash. That doesn't count as a product, does it?
I don't think so.
Unless it's hard water that contains shit. And then aftershave and aftershave balm, which was Burt's Bay, and a cologne on top of that, and that was it. So how many products was that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5, right?
Yeah. Yeah, using anything more than that is that's like overkill or something. So
You hear that, Thomas?
yeah.
Yeah, it's total bogus.
So we've got a.
I don't do that anymore. Great question on Twitter here is how cold is Austrian tap water? It just came.
Well, how cold is it?
Well, in the winter it can be around 6 degrees Celsius, which I think is 42 degrees Fahrenheit or something like that.
Oh wow.
Wow.
That's cold enough.
Yeah.
Yeah,
My nipples just got hard. You see that?
We do have a quick question here via Facebook. Douglas, this is again from Redbeard. Douglas, I found 2 tins of CAD in your shaved in. Do you have any other soaps I can take back to my tent with me? I don't know where Redbeard's coming up with this stuff.
I know where he's coming up with that stuff. My backyard. God. Next question.
All right. Con, what do we got over on Twitter?
Okay. Shaving Station would like to know, is Thomas as frustrated as we are by the ridiculous European Union regulations restricting availability of US artisans here in the European Union? Are you as frustrated as they are about these EU regulations?
Yes, very much, because I think it totally sucks. Because the only thing that is I think legal is Razor Rock, because it's pretty much produced in Italy, so it is produced in the EU, so that's legal, of course. And all the rest is they have to go through totally idiotic stuff to do this. I was talking to Kathy from Kalani once. It's not much better for EU artisans because she has like to send in soaps to a lab on a regular basis to have them tested and whatnot, and she has surprise guys come by her cooking kitchen where she does the soaps to check if everything is regulation and all that bogus. So yeah, that's really frustrating.
Yeah, and just to clarify, some of our viewers might not know what's going on over there in the EU. What is it that the EU is concerned about with the products?
Well, basically, they're concerned about that there is stuff in there that violates the pharmacy regulations in the EU. So, like use of preservatives that are not allowed in the EU. And the second thing is that there is too much of some of these ingredients in there that they might be harmful. Because of course there has been some cases from really shitty stuff that has come from China.
Yeah.
And then people got sick because of that, and then the EU tends to overregulate them.
Wow. So yeah,
okay, another question. We need a question answered here. Some clarification about a question that was incorrectly read by yours truly. So I have to make amends on this. It says my question was adding lime essential oil to PAA cold spices. adding lime essential oil to PAA cold spices. Not sure if that changes the answer at all.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, oh geez, let's see. You could do it again, same answer. Experiment. I'm sure you could nail it. It's just about finding the right lime oil.
The balance of it, the right amount.
That's why you just start small. 5 drops, test it. 10 drops, test it. Work your way up. 5 drops at a time.
Yeah. I got another question here. It says, many YouTubers, I guess this is a 2-part question, many YouTubers are on the fence in regards to, I'm assuming they mean pre-shave products, and then they ask, is the alum step important? Is it a must?
That's post-shave.
Yeah, so I guess it's a kind of pre-shave and a post-shave question. So pre-shave products, we'll just start with you, Con. What do you think? Is it something that you should use? Does it change your shave?
I have to say that I haven't found a discernible difference for me.
Yeah.
In using pre-shave oils, for instance, but using a glycerin-based soap does improve the shave, but not always. See, there are too many variables. I know that's not a very good answer, but it depends. It depends on where I am. If I'm traveling, I always use a pre-shave soap because I don't know the water there. When I was in Pasadena recently, I had to use pre-shave soap. It was just because the stuff there just doesn't lather. I mean, California's water is as hard can be. So generally I don't, but if I'm traveling, I just take a little bit of pre-shave soap with me, but I don't use oils. They clog the razor, and for me, they present more of a problem than an answer to any problem that I might have when I'm shaving.
Hey, Marty, how about you? What do you think about pre-shave soaps, pre-shave oils? We just lost Marty. Let's go to David.
Yeah, hi. I actually do enjoy some pre-shave. I'm not a fan of the pre-shave oils. I feel that it leaves a kind of a gunky feeling to your brushes. But in terms of like the pre-shave soaps and even like creams, like the Paraso cream, or something that I use often is actually classic. Is it a big difference? I do feel that it adds a little touch of comfort to the shave, makes it a little bit smoother.
Yeah. Hey, Marty, what do you think about this one?
Yeah, Marty is nowhere to be found.
Oh, he's gone. All right. That's fine. On pre-shave oils, I'm kind of in agreement with you guys. There's only a couple times I've had better shaves by using an oil. but most of the time I don't. So, because I don't see a huge difference. But sometimes, for whatever reason, I got this spot on my neck, which I think Douglas told me it's my angle that I'm shaving with the razor that's causing the irritation. But sometimes I use an oil, I don't get irritated on my neck as much. But yeah, I don't see a huge difference. I do like to use Shameless Plug, PAA, pre-shave soap to wash my face with before I shave. I don't actually leave it on, but I will be changing that up because I've got the ice that has the menthol if I want to add menthol to my soaps that don't have it. Marty, are you there?
Yep, I'm there. My computer crashed, so I'm on the phone now.
What do you think about pre-shave products?
It's hit or miss for me. I do feel that it'll help, boost a little bit, but I don't use them all the time. It's more of a, like, if I'm not showering beforehand, like I'm going to do a night shave tonight, I'll go ahead and use a pre-shave just to help hydrate and kind of treat the hair and the skin a little bit better.
Yeah.
But like you just said there, I will, like the menthol, I love menthol pre-shave because I can make any soap into a menthol at that point in time.
Yeah.
Alum, I don't really use much unless I get myself a real good nick, like the other day with my Samsung. I was irritated my neck, so I use that. So,
yeah. Who here uses alum?
I use
I do.
alum with when I give myself a rough shave, whatever the variable may be. If I was just brushing through it too much and I irritated myself a bit, I'll pair alum and then I'll also use witch hazel. I found that really kind of soothes my face when I'm giving myself a rough shave. But that's the only time I'll use alum.
Only time. Douglas, you were saying something on alum. You used it on your trip.
I always use alum.
Yeah, I do too.
Although I pronounce it alum.
Alum.
And I think that has more to do with it has more to do with my Spanish than it does my English. But yeah, I pronounce it alum, and people are always correcting me. No, it's alum. It's like, well, yeah, you call it alum, I call it alum. As for pre-shaves, though, I'm a firm believer in pre-shave soaps. And I tried the oil back in the day. I do make an oil, but I'm not a fan of the oil. If it works for you, by all means, keep using it. But yeah, I find it gunks up my my razor. It's a pain in the butt. It adds cleanup time. You have to clean up your razor. You have to take the blade out every time. The brush, it gunks up the brush, the hairs. I'm afraid that it could easily go rancid inside the brush. So why even go there when there's other things out there? There's soaps out there now. I just created a new jelly that I use and I love. And I think it just adds not only to the shave, but it also adds to the post-shave feel. So I'm a huge fan of pre-shaves.
Thomas, how about you? Pre-shaves? What are your thoughts on?
Yeah, I don't always use pre-shaves, so I'm a lot down on this products. But I like them when I want this mental kick, especially. So when I want to, like Mario said, when I want to make a soap mental, then I use the Proraso or Edwin Jagger cream or something like that. And that's really nice, and also fresh in the summer now when it's really, really hot here. Not Phoenix hot, but still hot.
Yeah.
And that's really nice. I don't like oils that much. I'm with Douglas there. They clunk everything up, and I think it ruined one of my brushes, which now smells really weird.
Yeah. Yeah.
And on the alum, I don't use alum, I have to say. If I nick myself, well, there is some alum in I use this Proraso repair gel.
Yeah.
If I nick myself, that's that.
Yeah, for me, again, like on the pre-shave, I don't use it every time. This one, though, and I will be, like I said earlier, I will be doing a review on this. It's very interesting, so it's just different, so I'll be talking about that. But alum, I use alum every shave. And to me, what I like about it is it's an antiseptic, and it kind of gives me feedback to know if my shave went well. It lets me know, if if it doesn't sting or anything at all, I know I got a really good shave. If I kind of burn somewhere, I know maybe I got too close and there might be some irritation. And then also, there might just be tiny nicks that you don't see, and that kind of stops the bleeding and just seems, for me, to help. So that's kind of my view on that.
Yeah, it can tell you when to change a blade, too.
Yeah.
Listen to the loom. I actually, I use it probably about 3 times a day. I have it in my office too. I have it in the bathroom there, and just I'll walk in there during the course of the day, just under cold water, and I find it very refreshing. Some people can't get away with that though; it'll dry them out. But for me, sometimes every time I'm in the bathroom, I think, I'm rubbing it on my face. I love it. I said, loco. But I did want to mention though that you said your neck irritation. You brought that up again, Rico.
Yeah.
And I didn't think about this last time, but I don't know for you, but for some guys, they wear collared shirts at work.
Yeah.
Or suits, and a lot of times the irritation is coming from the collar, and they don't even realize it. Or firefighters, anyone who wears a band, after a couple hours worth of growth, that rubbing up against it, the collar rubbing up against it, can cause irritation that you might take as feedback from a shave, or rather thinking it's coming from your shave, but it's not. It's agitation being caused from the collar or the strap or something rubbing up against you during the course of the day, and you just immediately assume it's your shave, especially if you're new to wet shaving. And you're experiencing this, you will just associate it with your wet shaving, and it's actually the collar. To get around that, they make stuff for babies, for diapers. It's loaded with zinc oxide. You can actually make your own. You can get powdered zinc oxide and mix it with any moisturizer or lotion that you use. I can't give you a ratio. Again, it's going to be a little experimenting, but it won't take much. Just don't use that much that you see a white paste that doesn't go away. You want it to blend in there. But if you rub in a little bit of zinc oxide paste, that'll stop the agitation from a collar or a strap during the course of the day. And yeah, again, they make something for baby. I don't know the brand, but those of you who have babies out there might know this. It's for baby rash, but it's for the agitation caused by the diaper and whatnot. It's got zinc oxide in it. So look into that also, if that's the problem. If you think it might be the problem, call it.
I think it's the angle. Yeah, I remember you were saying, this was something interesting Douglas pointed out to me at the meetup. He said, "Are you just using your right hand when you're shaving?" And I said, yeah. And he said, well, you might switch hands, which I have never thought of. So, Con, what's going on over in Twitter?
You don't want to know. You just don't want to know. Bailey's at it again. He says, please tell Rico that the shaving community is very grateful for him not growing back his...
Oh, gosh.
He wet tickler.
Yeah.
Stop it. The other...
Yeah, we can
We've got
agree
a couple
on
of
this.
questions here.
Yeah, go for it, Con.
Sorry, I had to put that in there.
Yeah. Love you.
Best head. This is a question for Marty and myself. Our favourite razor and blade head shave combination. That's from Redbeard.
How come no one's asking me? So wait, before you even answer
You're
that,
not shaving people.
before you even answer that, is it only Chris Bailey and Redbeard that are hanging out in the forums here today?
No, we've got.
No,
It's sad. Are there any real questions out there from real people?
Hey, that's a legit question.
That's a legit question.
You're right. That is.
How about?
I guess.
How about you, Marty?
For me, since I'm new to it, I've been experimenting a lot, and I find the easiest, and I talked about this last night, the easiest razor for me to use is a Schick injector with the Persona blade. It is so maneuverable, I don't want to. I've never shaved my head with a cartridge, but it feels like the angle is so easy to find. I don't nick myself, and it's completely effortless. So to me, that's my go-to. My secondary one is my Ted Pella blades with my Gem G-Bar.
Nice.
Really? So the Schick you like? I'm sorry, but I have to ask Marty about. You're using the Schick injector for your head?
Oh yeah, I did it last night, and I got a one pass on a 2-day growth, a one pass, smooth with a couple minor touch-up shave.
Wow.
See, I wouldn't think that to be I mean, because they're thicker blades, So I would imagine it being straight across, not as forgiving, but that's interesting. I've never would have expected that.
Say that. I've actually heard a couple people say that they get great head shaves from the Schick injector.
Yep. Yeah, give it a try, Douglas. Yeah, give it a try. Let's see it.
No one wants that. And by no one, I mean Fran. Can you see her in the background? She's going, no.
So
Go on, Con.
How about you, Con?
Okay, with me, I would have to say ATT, an S1 ATT, which is absolutely fantastic, with a whole silver blade, or a Feather ASD2 with a feather blade for the head. We're talking about, exclusively for the head. But as far as I'm concerned, I mean, the ATT TNT cannot be beat in terms of quality and in terms of smoothness for a head shave. There's another gentleman here that's asked a question. Cold shaves, yes or no? Quick answer from the panel. Cold shaves.
Follow your heart. I like them. I use them in Central America because I had to. Up here, I don't. But go. Who's next?
Marty, cold shave.
I've done one. It was fun, and I can't wait to try the ATTS one coming next week.
Nice.
Nice.
David, cold shave.
Nope, only warm shaves. I'm not interested.
Yeah. Thomas, cold shaves.
Abe.
Yes, from time to time, but not. I'm not following as a religion.
Yeah. I've only tried it one time, and it was not an enjoyable experience for me, so no. We do have a quick question. Okay, this is by Steve Hardy, and he says, YouTubers all seem to do a minimum of passes and do more to get BBS by beard hair reduction. How can anyone get this only on 3 passes? So, what do you guys think?
Different strokes for different folks. Depends on the hair.
Yeah, and also once you get past those three passes, that you amount of passes. If you do some proper like blade buffing, it's pretty easy to get. You have about 2 passes.
Yeah. Thomas, what do you think? 3 passes?
Yeah, so 3 passes is the most passes I do, because if I would do more, I think I would get more irritation and better results. And I think David said it last time on the show. Just don't hunt the BBS. It will come by itself when your technique improves. And I saw this with the DP razors, and I'm now experiencing the same with the straight razor. So if your technique improves, then you get a better shave, but not due to doing 4-6 passes.
Yeah. Marty, 3 passes.
3 passes. I might have some minor touch-ups, a couple little tough spots, but other razors I can do it in 2 and be pretty close to BBS, depending on the razor and the shave.
Yeah. Yeah. I do
4.
You do 4?
I do 4 and then a touch-up.
Okay. Yeah.
You're special.
I think it just depends on the person's skin and your hair. Some people have coarser beards. Some people have finer hair on their face. I can do 3, and every time I think I can push it and maybe try to do 4 or more, I get irritation. So that's 3 for me, and then I'm done. So, and it's kind of like what Douglas said in a past episode. If you don't try to think about it and go for the BS, it seems to do a better job. So,
and then there's some people that use no blades and get a BBS shave like Bailey. So
yeah, that's a true. Yeah.
There's a couple of things I want to say about this.
Yeah.
When you start out with traditional wet shaving, there's this obsession with getting a baby butt smooth shave, and doing a 3-pass shave because that's what all the kids in town are doing. For me, it's about creating a comfortable experience. And if that means a 2-pass shave, then do a 2-pass shave. Everyone's skin is different. We've already said this. We've already covered this. But I think we should get away from any sort of prescriptive or formulaic advice to anyone. You'll know, and we've seen pictures of this on Facebook where people have shown their face and it's just flared up because they've tried a 3-pass or a 4-pass shave. You've just got to work with the terrain. You've got to work with your own terrain. I don't like giving advice about.
Yeah.
Firstly, I don't want to concentrate on BBS.
Mm-hmm.
BBS will come when you don't think about it. Okay, it's this old Zen thing. Don't think too much about it, and you'll get it. Because if you go over a piece of skin 3 or 4 or 5 times because you're wanting to get a BBS shave, you're going to cause damage and irritation, and it will negate all the other pleasurable things that we enjoy about shaving. Just take it easy. If you're starting out, don't go nuts with it. Just do it a couple of times and leave it. And I've often given this, and I've given this advice to people that have to shave daily for work. if I had to shave every single day or be clean shaven for work, I would not go beyond a 2-pass shave. Some men can go 3, that's fine, but I would only do a 2 because you're going to do it again tomorrow. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Give yourself. So if it appears to look like you're clean shaved, then in many cases that's okay. As I say, unless you're in the military and somebody wants to check whether you've got a BBS shave or not, don't concentrate. Don't think too much about it. Is I guess what I'm saying.
Yeah.
But me, I will do if I've got a 2 or 3 plus day growth, which is rare these days, then I'll do a 3-pass shave. If it's a daily occurrence, no more than a 2, and that will suffice for me.
Yeah. We do have a quick question here by Ray Pope himself, actually. And it says, what is your favorite shave start to finish? Which I think is going to be kind of a hard question to answer. Oh, what's going on? So how about you, Thomas? Favorite shave start to finish?
Favorite shave in terms of products or
Yeah,
how would you define this?
I'm assuming he's just asking your favorite shave that you got, I guess, with your top products or something.
Well, I think it's different every week or something like that. If I would highlight last week, I think my absolute favorite shave was starting off with the Edwin Jagger pre-shave, and then I pulled out of the cabinet again the Saponificio Varesino Mano di Sicilia, which I really, really love, and tested it with this nice gold dollar that I got.
Nice.
And actually really sharp, so I don't know why people talk shit about this. I find it okay. And yeah, just got it, so only 3 shaves, so yeah, don't know. And I finished it off with some plastic, and yeah, that's that.
Nice. I think my I don't know which soaps. I just know Blade and what would you call it? Blade and razor combo would be Wilkinson swords, the German ones, and my Fazan razor. I always get just awesome shaves when I use that. I don't know what soaps, but and I don't know what Douglas is doing over here.
Hey, Rico, I think I accidentally muted him.
Oh.
I don't know how to turn it back off.
Okay, I see what's
No,
going on.
keep it off. Keep it off.
My fault. I don't know what I did.
Douglas, I am sorry. I don't have control over this part.
Douglas, hang up and call and get back in the call, dude. My apologies.
Oh boy.
I wondered why the sound had improved.
Hey!
There we are.
Oh, he's back.
Oh, darn.
Yeah.
I thought he was
tried,
gone for
David.
good.
I saw it too. It said David muted your mic. I was like, really?
How did you do that?
I was trying to see if I could like lower the volume from his on my side because the wind was starting to bug me.
Yeah.
And the other side-
That's why I moved. I was like, oh, it must be the train or something like that.
Well, we apologize, guys, out there watching for the awkward
on, this-
sound.
There's comic value in all of this.
There
there
is
not?
comic value in all of this. Anybody else have products or something they want to highlight that was just their ultimate best, David?
Actually, no, not right now.
Okay.
I'll go with one real quick.
Yeah, go for it.
Just because of emotions, and I talk about emotions a lot when I shave, like what it makes me think of. And my first shave was Summer Storm by Chisel Face. Being in the desert now and missing the green grass and all that stuff, the smell of that wet, damp grass took me back to being home. And it might not have been the best physical shave, closest shave of my life, but it was a time when I used it. It brought back the emotion. I threw the Summer Storm splash on, and it just took me back to a place that I could just always go back to. And so just that connection. The rest of the gear could be interchangeable, but that soap takes me places. So that'd probably be the most emotional shave, so the best product I've had. Not maybe the best overall, but something I super connected with.
Yeah. Con, I know this is kind of a difficult question because there's just so much product, but is there any products combos that come to mind that you're like, man, I've just got an awesome shave with this whole setup?
There's a very real danger that I'm going to sound monotonous and boring, but I have to say that this is what's doing it for me at the moment. The
Nice.
ATT. Yes, get yourself. Look, I know it's an investment up front, but you are investing in skin health. This is a phenomenal razor. It really is. So I'm really enjoying this, and I have to say that it is really well worth the money. I know people, the people say, oh, it's a bit too much money. If you can get the funds, drop it on this razor, because it is just top quality. I can't speak highly enough of it.
Yeah. So we got.
What about in comparison to the fat tip, Con?
No different. The fat tip, huh? You mean to this thing here?
Oh, he said thing.
No, the fat tip's fine.
Did you hold up your thumb?
No. No, there it is. There it is. That's the fat tip right there.
That's the fat tip.
That's the fat tip, all right. Look, no, the fat tip's a great razor.
Yeah.
But it's no ATT.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, it makes sense. You get what you pay for sometimes, right?
Yeah.
Well, I think so, and that should be another. That's a discussion for another time. Do you get what you pay for in this hobby? And I'm not talking about soaps. I'm talking about hardware. Maybe we should discuss that another time, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah. Next show. I'm moving to another corner right now.
Well,
we know.
Douglas, work in the corner.
Yeah, I'm working the corner in Winslow. Nudge, nudge. Wink, wink. Anyone get any of this so far?
Douglas is the master at mysteries and knowing a story behind anything, labels, where he's at. So thank you, Douglas, for always surprising us.
No one ever gets it. I know Tom Brim's out there laughing to himself right now. Probably not watching this, but laughing to himself nonetheless.
Well, gentlemen, we have, sadly to say, and very quickly, reached the 1 hour mark, or just a little over. Everybody out there that is watching, we apologize for the audio problems we were having today and the muting and all that stuff. We will work that out next time. But, yeah, if you guys have any questions for us, you can always tweet to us at WS Roundtable, or on G+. You can ask us questions there, and we will try to answer your questions. If we missed your question this week, we apologize. We'll try to get to it next time. And Con, something you touched on that I think would be great to talk about next show would be skin health, because that's kind of what we're dealing with when we're shaving. I think that's a really important topic that we kind of overlook, but maybe we'll get into that next week. So any last words?
We'll just use that on our podcast, Rico.
Well, that's true, too.
Hey, thanks, Rico. We'll take it from here.
Yeah.
No, I'd like to say thank you, Thomas, for joining us. It's been really great having you here, and we're going to definitely do this again. I really like the fact that we have 3 countries represented here so far. And, I guess I'll just do a sign-off. This is Douglas Smythe in Winslow, Arizona. Take it easy.
Yeah, see you guys. And Thomas?
Yeah, it was a real pleasure being here, and definitely let's do this again.
Yeah, thank you, sir. Where can guys find you on YouTube?
It's my YouTube channel is easily the Shave Tank, so you can find this very easily, and you can also find me on Facebook, Google Plus, and all the groups that are there. So you'll catch me easily.
If you guys haven't watched any of Shave Tank's videos, you should go check it out. Very entertaining and very good information. David Gonzalez, where can people find you on the interwebs?
On Instagram, and Twitter, and YouTube under So Sharp David, all one word collectively.
Marty Pape, where can gentlemen find you?
Everywhere as Marty Pape or MPape78.
Con Kazazitas, nobody wants to find you. You don't want to be found. But if people want to watch a video, where would they go? Where would they
that's
do
not
that?
how witness. That's not how witness relocation works, Rico.
Shave the Man. Just at Shave the Man, or yeah, you know.
At Shave the Man. And guys, again, thank you for joining us. You can find me, Rico's Corner, all over the internet. Thank you for joining us on our third installment of the Wet Shavers Roundtable. Hope you guys are having a good one. Talk to you later.
High five.
High five.
High five.
High five.
Bye.